What's up, everyone? Yeah, I was going to do a video showing y'all what I was doing with my plants this year. So yeah, let me step back right quick. So yeah, I've got this sort of, it's called a string trellis. I got the idea off of Pinterest. So yeah, the way it's supposed to work, I've got like baling twine. Figured this would be strong enough. I read this would be okay. I bought some, I don't know, it was like some cotton string or something from Northern Tools, but it just wasn't strong enough. So far this seems to be doing alright. I figured if it can hold a hay bale together, then it can hold up these plants. But if you look, let's see. Right here, what I did is I tied sort of like a slip knot. It's like a locked slip knot, so it wouldn't tighten too much. It's supposed to be real loose. So I tied that towards the base. And what you do is you sort of wrap it around the stem, sort of go around each one of the leaves and go up the plant. Yeah, we got a few tomatoes here. This is a Beefmaster tomato plant. So yeah, what you do sort of differently with this system is, instead of just sort of letting your plant grow like I've always done every year, just sort of let it grow and kind of be unruly, you prune it. Oh, I forgot to mention this too. So this year, this is something new that I'm doing too, is I've trimmed all of the leaves off down at the bottom. What this is supposed to do is prevent your plant from getting blight. Every year I have that problem, so far I haven't seen any signs of it, so that's good. But alright, so back to the other thing. So what you have to do with this system is you have to keep the plant with a single stem. The way that you do that is you prune off these things called suckers as they grow. So let's see if I can find one. I saw one earlier. Good example of one. Okay, here we go. So you see right here, you have your main stem coming up, and it comes right here to this flower cluster, and then you have a leaf growing out here, and right in the crotch, in this sort of leaf node here, you get what's called a sucker. And this guy is what you prune off. See, I usually leave these until a new one has formed, but they almost always form right below a flower cluster. And this will form into a secondary stem, and honestly, it'll make your plant kind of unruly if you don't do anything about it. In years past, I ended up having huge bushes. So this sort of keeps it like a vine. But you can actually take these things off, and I had to try this for myself, and you can stick them in some dirt and you get a brand new tomato plant. An exact clone from the other plant, which is kind of cool. So but supposedly this is supposed to increase your yield as well, because this sucker right here takes away energy from producing more fruit, or producing bigger fruit. So if you take this off, it'll make bigger fruit. You'll get less fruits in number, but you'll get bigger ones. And supposedly as the season goes, you'll end up with more pounds of tomato. Then you'll end up with less number of fruits, but more pounds of tomatoes. So we'll see how that works. So yeah, I was going to show you too. I've got these aren't good examples because they haven't done so well yet, but I've done some companion planting. I planted marigolds and nasturtiums. These are supposed to keep the bugs away. And the nasturtiums, you can actually eat the flowers. They have a very sort of peppery taste. You can put them in your salad. So, and other cool thing is I did sort of a technique called double digging. So there are no rows, it's just a bed. What you do is you loosen up the dirt about 18 to 24 inches deep, as opposed to just 8 inches when you're tilling. And also added chicken manure for fertilizer. And I haven't used any pesticides or fertilizer on any of these plants. They look really nice. I've also gotten some hay and mulched everything around, so what that'll do is it'll help to reduce your chances of getting blight, which every year my plants have gotten blight in one form or the other, or at different parts, either at the beginning or towards the end. So this is supposed to prevent that. And also the mulch keeps the moisture in. So, once I initially planted the tomato plants, I watered them for the first couple of days. And since then, I haven't had to water these plants at all. So, they've been pretty much maintenance free. And for the most part too, I haven't had to do much weeding because the mulch blocks the sun from reaching the dirt at the bottom, so you don't get too many weeds that form. There are some grasses and stuff that have popped up near the plants, but besides that, everything has been pretty much weed free. And another thing I did this year too is I planted these plants really deep. The only problem I think I'm having, it's kind of bad maybe, is I'm getting leaf curling which I believe is coming from the plant getting too much water. Because once, I'm right here in Warren County, which is in the central part of the Piedmont region, and once you dig about a foot below, you get to a very clay-like level soil, and the clay, although it retains water really well, it doesn't drain very well. So I'm thinking maybe the roots are too deep. I don't know, I'm not really sure. Or maybe there's too much nitrogen from the chicken poop. But all the other plants seem to be doing alright. Some of the other plants have a little bit of that curling going on their bottom leaves, so I'm really not sure what's going on with that. But from what I read, this appears to be physiological. So it doesn't appear to be from a disease process. The plant seems to be doing, all of them seem to be doing great. So yeah. Figured I'd shoot a little video and show y'all what I was doing. Thanks for watching.